The Bible said in Philippians chapter 2 from verse 5, it said, have this kind of mind. Have this mindset that was in Christ Jesus. It said, though he was God, he considered it not robbery to be equal with God. He stripped himself of divinity. He didn't take the pleasures and the privilege. Do you know the privileges attached to God? The president of Ghana, I was in Accra one day and he was passing, and I saw more than 15 Land Cruisers. I said, what kind of excellence is this? Sir, it was majestic. 3 cars were moving at the same time. All the vehicles, nobody told them, they parked. Because when he passes, no other car passes. You can't pass. The weight of security, the weight of excellency, the weight of ecstasy that travels with him. And all the cars were moving on high speed. The wind that the cars were passing with, our clothes began to fly. More than 15 Land Cruisers. Whoop, 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 whoop. You have no choice but to stop and admire it. That is the president of Ghana. Do you know how many presidents there are in Africa? There are many nations in Africa that are bigger than Ghana. And then do you know how many presidents there are in the world? You need to see who they call the American president. When the American president travels, 2 of the beasts can dwarf all the cars our presidents drive. And when the man is traveling, he don't drive in any other car in any nation of the world. Before the American president travels, there is a plane they call Antonov A250. It's big. It carries vehicles and armor tanks. The plane will go ahead with the presidential fleet and land at the airport. All the streets the president will pass in your country, they will secure it. So he comes to let you know that he's bigger than your nation. That's how the American president moves. If he's coming to pass on this street, they will tell you, if you have any business here, shut it down because it won't work. Not because a citizen of Ghana is around. The American president is around. They will shut down that road. You will have to suspend your program. And when he is done, that's when the road will open. And when he finishes, they will park his cars, fly, land before he lands. So he drives only his cars. And the car is secured. Before he leaves the White House, the Marine One will take him to the airport. Then the Air Force One will take him. And everywhere the American president is, on ground or online, you can find a hospital 15 meters away, or they have a mobile hospital. So that it will never be heard again that you shut down the American president. That is called majesty. And there are presidents in the world that are like the American president. You need to see when Putin is passing. Putin can come to your country and threaten you and say, be careful what you say. And even your president will advise himself. You know what it means? It's called majesty. The battle in Ukraine now is because he wanted to annex a part of the country. You are not in that country. Why do you have so much authority? It's called majesty. There are presidents that rule other presidents. Now, all of these presidents put together with their powers, with their privilege, is nothing compared to the majesty of God. Ah! You know what the Bible said? The Bible said in Colossians chapter 2 verse 9 that it pleased the Father that the fullness of the Godhead, so the Father, the Son, and the Spirit all dwelt in Jesus Christ bodily. That was the glory Jesus had. All the presidents in the world can't compare to him. If you see one archangel, the glory of an archangel is greater than the glory of all the presidents put together. Meanwhile, it's an honor for an archangel to stand in God's presence. When Gabriel was punishing Zacharias, he said, I am Gabriel that standeth in the presence of God. I bring you this glad tidings, and you dispute me, you will be dumb. Because he stands in God's presence, he has authority to punish men. But the Bible said, Jesus decided to strip himself of that glory. If you want to understand what humility is, that is humility. People say they are humble because they've not accused them, because they've not insulted them. You'll see somebody walking and acting humble. He comes to church, he's walking like this until the usher talks to him anyhow. And then he will look at you and say, are you okay? Do you know me? Is it because I humbled myself? That's why if you don't have the revelation of Jesus, even prayer will make you proud. And so prayer without believing in Jesus cannot provoke the outpouring until you believe in Christ and back it up with prayer. That's when the outpouring comes.